Making wise purchases and knowing what is quality, what will work in your space, what will work with your new lifestyle isn't always as clear cut as it seems. So I've made some purchases over the years that I'm very, very happy with, and some that I've had to revise. So what I've decided is not to be afraid of the revisions, just to go forward and do what I can to make it right. So let me show you some of the revisions that I've made, some of the items that I love, some of the pluses and minuses for things and purchases I have made in the past, and what I've done about it to suit my new lifestyle. The one thing I've never regretted paying a little extra money for was my Keurig 1500 commercial coffee machine, and I'll tell you why. Number one, it doesn't really take up any more space on my counter. You can remove the base so you can fill a larger cup or a travel mug. It has all the basic sizes, the 6, 8, 10, 12, plus a strong brew. But the best thing is it holds 96 ounces of water. So it has a large reservoir that you can pull off and bring to the sink and fill it up and then put it back and you're good to go. So if you have a party or a company, you're not constantly filling up the water reservoir, which is really nice. Plus, it was about $189 on Amazon, but we bought ours from the local office supply store. You can get them from Office Depot and Staples if you look around. And sometimes they have deals with coupons. So keep your eye out if you're interested in buying one of these. And if you keep it maintained and clean it regularly, you should have it for a long time. Like as I said, we've had ours for about 5 years. I happen to have a very small dining room. And when you leave my kitchen, the walkway is right here. This is it. You're walking through here to get into my main living space, and that is our windows that lead out to our backyard space and patio space. If we were to hang a pendant lighting hanging down, it would never be centered over this table because we need to push it over to the side. So as a concession to make it work for our space and our lifestyle, we decided to go with something that's more flush mounted. So this is the style we chose. It's a little decorative and it comes on a switch. So we turn the switch on and you can see it goes from bright white, it can go up, down, you can do warm. And I love the fact that I can change it depending on the time of day or the mood, whether I'm doing work at the table or whether we're eating dinner. And of course, it allows for a clean field of vision because the house is very small. So this is a nice way to make a compromise, getting all the lighting that you need, all the options of the colors that you want, depending on mood or what you're doing. And since this is our only eating space, it's important that we do have those options. Plus, we don't want to keep hitting our head on a light fixture that will never be centered. And with it not being centered, you will notice that immediately when you walk in the door because the table will be shifted. So this keeps everything more clean, more uniform, less distorted. It gives you a clean range of vision, and it's just an overall better solution if you have a small dining room with a common walkway. This has to be the best product you could ever buy for a bathroom. I wish I had bought it a lot sooner. My husband bought it. It's one of those sensor garbage cans for the bathroom, so you don't have to look at the garbage all day. Animals can't get into it. Your children can't get into it. It seems so much more sanitary. It feels so much cleaner when you come into the bathroom to not look at any kind of garbage. And I feel that for what it cost, which was about $30, $35 and a couple of batteries, it was well worth the price. I wish I, again, had bought it sooner than having just an open top garbage can, which really didn't fit into the space that well. So if you have any qualms about buying one of these or trying one of these, try to find one that'll fit into your space because they are definitely worth the money. In my bedroom, I've gone to all cotton bedding. That means the sheets, the pillowcases, the quilts, the blankets, the comforters, whatever I'm going to use on my bed is going to be now cotton. If you can't afford cotton, you can always do a 60-40 blend, which is per cal, and that will also work as well as keeping you cooler. But what the problem is with polyester and microfibers is that they are a man-made fiber and they don't breathe very well. So when you see GSM counts on sheets that are polyester or microfiber, they're actually giving you how tight the weave is, and that GSM count is also used on privacy screens that you use on your fencing material, just to give you an idea of how tight the weave can be and how unbreathable it can be for someone sleeping underneath it. So I have everything on my bed is cotton, and even my dog Alfie appreciates cotton. So I have a quilt and a blanket and my pillowcases, and I also bought a second quilt that's also linen cotton that I can double up for the winter months when it gets a little colder outside. We don't keep our house very cold, so it's not going to be an issue for me. And the microfiber, again, just made me way too hot. I also went with down and feather pillows. My pillows are 30% down and 70% feathers. Feathers will be a little bit firmer, and I needed something with a little bit more loft and a little bit more moldability. So those are the pillows that I use as opposed to a polyester fiber filled pillow. And I can honestly say that sleeping on cotton pillowcases is not going to affect your skin as far as getting wrinkles. If you're meant to get wrinkles, you're going to get wrinkles. If your skin is going to lose collagen, it's going to lose collagen. Now, maybe your hair will stay a little bit smoother on a polyester or satin pillowcase, but I don't think it's worth the lack of comfort that you will get from sleeping on a cotton. You will notice an immediate difference. So that's my take on bedding and what I feel works in my space. Here you can see two comforters. These are both microfiber, the ones that I'm no longer using in my bed room, and there is also a box full of bedding that I'm going to donate that has some microfiber and polyester sheets that I am also no longer going to use. So here's another waste of money. If I had just thought this through a little bit better, I probably never would have bought the microfibers and the polyesters, because this was $35. That was $20 on Amazon. But the quilts I bought upstairs in my bedroom were from a discount store, and they were Threshold from Target, and they're only $31 and $40 each. In my basement, we had to find a way to redo the floors. Now, these are carpet tiles. They are 2 feet by 2 feet, and we paid $2.50 a tile for them, which is a really good deal at a big box store. Now, we were limited at the styles and the amount of tiles, carpet tiles that were available. So we were able to get enough of this neutral beige tile to fill this one room of our basement. And this is the finished side. And what we like about these tiles is that they are rubber backed, so that if we have a spill or something, let me show you. We can just pull them up, take them outside and wash them. And this black mastic is what came with the house underneath the old tile that we removed. Now, you do not want to scrape that or create any dust because it is a respiratory hazard. So we needed to find something that we could put on the floor. If the floor had any dampness coming through it, it would not go onto the carpet and not affect our feet or my dog's feet. So this is the perfect solution, and it worked great. To do this whole room, it probably cost us about $200. And we also did the unfinished part of our basement through this door, but we did a different color because, again, we got these at a deep discount, and we just needed something to cover the floor so that it was not bare with the mastic. We did not want to step on it. We did not want to create any issues for our feet or our dog's feet or our respiratory system. So this is the unfinished side, and nobody sees that. So it doesn't matter that they're two different colors, and this door just closes off that area. So this was another good purchase on our part, and I would do it again at a heartbeat as opposed to putting down wall to wall, which I knew would never work. nor did I want to try to use any kind of sticky glued vinyl tiles, which may not have adhered to the mastic correctly. This is a good example of a purchase I made that I do have buyer's remorse. Now, this was an inexpensive carpet, but I want to show you the bottom portion of it is like a sisal or I don't know what they call it. It's a mesh of some kind. And what I find with these carpets is that they slip and slide. You need to use grippers, and that they don't lay flat. And it's very hard to get them to lay flat. You have to be careful about using heat or steam because this is a plastic backing almost, and it is not something that will hold up to any kind of heat with an iron. So I have gone to carpets that have all cotton backing. So this rug is in my dining room, and I also have one in my living room space. But what I like about these rugs is that they are cotton backed. So they do not slip and slide all over the place, and when I lay them out, they relax immediately. I don't have to worry about them curling up. And when you clean them, you don't have to worry because it is a cotton backing. The backing isn't going to disintegrate. Here's a good example, even with something that has latex on the back. This side, we could never get to lay completely flat. It's always curling up. See, and it's like got a kink in it from when it was rolled up from the manufacturer. So that's something I found did not happen if you buy rugs with a cotton backing. Something else I learned my lesson on is I bought these inexpensive small little file boxes, and I thought they would work, but turned out I had more stuff than I thought. So I ended up going to the thrift store and buying a file cabinet for $4. It was actually less than these two boxes. One was $4 and one was $3.50. The whole file cabinet was $4. And now I can put all the papers and items that I need to store safely inside that cabinet. This is the unfinished side of my basement, and this is where my laundry room is. And you can see the back walls because this is an unfinished cement wall with the cinder blocks. But we needed to have a new washing machine, and I was really adamant about having a front load. And I know they are pricey, and I've had them in my other home, and we had the top load, and it was just too difficult. First of all, it did not hold any comforters or quilts correctly without making mesh out of them with the agitator. Now, my daughter went ahead and bought the ones without the agitator, and we tried them at her home. And I still had a little bit on the fence about the fact that they are just filling the tub with water, and there's just a lot of weight with the water, and they claim they don't use as much water. But I like the tumble effect as opposed to the swooshing back and forth effect. I feel that that works better to clean my clothes. They're all high efficiency now, so you use a high efficiency detergent. And you do need to keep the door open, wipe the door down, and keep these gaskets clean because, yes, they have come out and said that they will get mold, and mine had gotten mold. This is long before they even came out with that overall statement that they knew this was happening. And they also say to keep the drawer open and rinse it or keep it clean, keep it dry. They pop out. It's just a push and they pop out. You can take this apart and dry it up. So you should do that. And it was an LG, and it's a nice model. It was $700. Now, I looked at the ones without the agitators and with the agitators, and they were costing just as much. But Home Depot was doing this special. It was normally $1,000, so I was very happy to have the front load washer for $700. And if you can swing it, and if you need a new washing machine, hold out and look for a sale, because originally we were going to go with an LG top load without the agitator, and I'm so glad we just waited. And the only reason we ended up reneging on the top load one was because when we told the store we wanted to purchase it, they told us they didn't know when they were going to be in, but that I would have to put my credit card on file, and it could have been months. And I said, no, thank you. I'll just wait. Or, when you get them in stock, I'll either not get one because I won't be on your waiting list, or I will get one. And so we waited and found this one, and I'm so glad that I was patient. So these are my 5 large purchases or larger purchases that I feel I made a good move, and I'm very happy that I spent the extra money. I feel I got the quality I deserved and the price point that I was willing to pay. So if this is something that you want to look at or maybe question in your own home, whether you're getting what you feel you deserve to live with over a long haul, because all these products are not something that you just normally buy and throw away, like carpeting or lighting or washing machines. I mean, all that costs money, time, energy. So take some time, think about your lifestyle. If you like this video, give it a like, a thumbs up, a share, and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.